It's big time, baby!
Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of the greatest talk show in the world. It's the, wait for it, Big Time Talk Show! Gene, cut the music, my friend. Cut it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me for a great edition of the Big Time Talk Show. Yes, I know I didn't have one for you yesterday. Had some technical difficulties. Couldn't get on the Twitter and let you guys know. But thank you guys for joining me today because this is, what is today? What's today, guys? What is it? It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Yes, people, it's Wednesday, hump day. The hump day to get you over the slump on the work week. It's the hump day edition of the Big Time Talk Show. We got a lot to cover today. I got a lot to say. I hope you guys watched the State of Big Time Address. I hope you guys watched the message to KBW. I hope you guys watched it all. This is going to be the greatest edition of the Big Time Talk Show yet. But before we can get into any kind of talking, walking, squawking, good God Almighty, anything, we got to plug those plugs in the wall so we don't trip on them on our way out the door. So don't forget, coming to a computer screen near you this spring, possibly next month, maybe the month after that, I don't know. But when the ice melts and the ice age comes to an end, yes, APW, Almost Professional Wrestling, will be coming to a computer screen near you. You're going to have Jason Walker. You're going to have Anonymous. You're going to have Corey Graves. You're going to have Just Doug. You're going to have all your favorites right there at APW, Almost Professional Wrestling. They're going to give you some of the greatest wrestling you've ever seen in the world today, you ever see. Don't forget to miss it. Don't miss it. If you miss it, I promise you, I'll come to your house, break your ankle, and talk trash while I do it. Also, don't forget, UWE. A new episode of Lockdown hopefully will be uploaded sometime soon. I don't know. If it's uploaded today, great. I gave you a second reminder for the next week. UWE, Underground Wrestling Entertainment, is what I think it stands for, but if it doesn't, that's okay. You got Cameron Jackson, you got the NATO, you got Everett Creed, you got the Dirty Boys, you got all your favorites in UWE, bringing you entertainment, underground entertainment at its finest. You got wrestling entertainment. You got everything in between. If you don't check it out, you're doing yourself a disservice and you're doing backyard wrestling a disservice. Yes, I know we've had our little ups and downs as of lately, but man, you got to check it out because it's all in the name of hashtag support backyard wrestling. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, check out all the companies. VTW, you got RRW, you got Seth Maverick and his bunch, you got everybody. DRW, everybody, check them out. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we got all our companies, and we're all kind of bigger sometimes, but don't forget, we're all family, and it's all in the name of hashtag support BYW. But ladies and gentlemen, I got to let you know, just like I do every week, that I want you to enjoy the show, and don't forget, it doesn't matter what day it is, what time, or what's on the line, it's always Big Time, baby! Now do me a favor and enjoy the show.
Push our computer chairs back from our desks and just take a minute and be thankful for what we have to be thankful for. Each Wednesday I take a stop and think at 15 after 3. We all need a little baby break sometimes, cause we're only human beings with lots of things to be thankful for. Lots of snacks in the file cabinet, and in the mini fridge, lots of dreams. There's no better day than hump day to have Thanksgiving once a week.
Hello everybody! Thank you for joining me on this edition of the Big Time Talk Show. Sorry you had to see that, but ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday, people. Wednesday, it's hump day. We got to get you over the hump, and this is the Big Time Talk Show. Where are my manners? Good God Almighty, son. Put your milk up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the greatest talk show in the world. It's the Big Time Talk Show. And I'm your host, the one and only man, like Bologna and Ham, the original trash talker, like a colonial cash cropper, the man with the beard that brings that big time beer, and the man with the stash that talks that big time trash. Yes, people, the trash talking ankle breaking leader of hashtag Team Big Time. Big Time Mike. Man, it's great to be here right here live on the Big Time Talk Show live from Mobile, Alabama. It's 12:36 p.m. Central Daylight Time. This is a pre-recorded show, but I know you all watch it and you all love it. And ladies and gentlemen, I just got to say, before I even get to started, look, if you watch the State of Big Time address, I said some pretty strong things. And I said a lot of things directed towards the fans. And you know, I said that in anger because of what Jack Andrews did to me. And you know what? Ultimately, I didn't accomplish anything from that. Besides giving Jack Andrews his last date to put on his tombstone, but that's not the point. The point is that I said some things I didn't mean on that show about you guys, and I want to say I'm truly sorry. And, you know, I'm going to admit I was wrong for that. And I truly apologize. I used some language I haven't used in a while, and I'm trying to stay on the straight and narrow here. As Big Time Mike, you know, bringing entertainment to you each and every week as best I can, breaking ankles and talking trash while I do it, but you guys don't deserve that because you guys had no control of what Jack Andrews did. You know, I don't expect you guys to send me thousands of emails to tell me to get better soon, Big Time, because you know it's not your fault. You didn't do anything. You know, you guys have lives too. I understand that, and I apologize for that, and I'm sorry if I lost a few fans. That's fine. You know, I deserve that, but you know, guys, I truly apologize. I'm a man up and say I was wrong because I was wrong. Now, I'm not condoning what Jack Andrews did. What he did was wrong, and it was stupid, and it really pissed me off. And he's going to pay for it June 16, 2015. But off of the mushy-gushy subject, today, ladies and gentlemen, is another great edition of the Big Time Talk Show. You know, and what better way could you possibly spend Wednesday, hump day? You know, something's got to help you get over the hump. And I know a lot of you guys are iced in. But when you're iced in, you can watch the Big Time Talk Show. I'll help you get over that hump. And on into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then the Friday edition. Whoo, boys. You're going to really love that one. But today we got a lot of stuff planned. You know, I got a bunch of questions I need to answer that have been sent to my email regarding, you know, Jack Andrews and whatnot. And we're also going to address some things that are going on in BYW today. Got a whole lot planned for you guys today, and I'm so glad you guys joined me for this great ride known as the Big Time Talk Show on the Big Time Express. First stop, the question segment, because I got to get you guys questions out of the way so that way we can all come together at the end, have a great end of the show, great finish, and we can hit the music at the end and all walk out of here happy, live, and well. So, let me get my cellular device here. Like I said, I'm going to read these emails that you guys have sent me about regarding whatever, you know, whatever's in the emails I'm going to read. I'm not going to skip over any. I'm not going to read all of them, but I'm going to read a majority of them because I don't have a lot, but I have a good many. So, we're going to go to the first one here. Let's see. All right. I have actually it was a DM from Mr. Jesse C. Jesse Carrillo. I don't know if he's Hispanic or whatever, but it's at Jesse Carrillo 11. Guys want to follow him? Go ahead and you know, click him and follow. I followed him, so he followed me. You know, it's all we all want to do it together. We all want to support BYW together. So this is from Mr. Jesse Carrillo 11. It says, "Hey, when is KBW starting?" And I'm on Team Big Time. Okay. I've addressed this many times, and you know, I'm not going to say I'm tired of addressing it because you guys deserve to know when it's going to start. And I don't know when it's going to start, people. I've told you this 1,000 times. I don't hold the keys to that truck. You know, I'm just along for the ride. I don't hold the keys. I can't put it in the ignition and drive it. You know, I don't do that. It's not my deal. I just wrestle, I entertain, I do my deal, and that's it. I can't just say, "Hey man, give me this stuff so we can put it on the internet. Let's do that." Because it just doesn't work like that. I don't know when it's going to start, but when it does start, I will make sure I'll let you know because you got to keep watching. Because if you guys just give up on it and leave and just completely unsubscribe and forget about KBW, when it comes on, you're not even going to watch it. You know, because you're not going to know it's there. But the main thing I want to let you guys know is that for something like KBW where we have all these different kids that are in like 4 or 5 different places at one time. Like I'm down here almost an hour, well, it's about an hour and a half away from where we wrestled from. They're all over there. You know, Cage is up in Oklahoma. Paul Wall's in Oklahoma. So, I mean, we can't just drop whatever we're doing and say, "Hey, we're going to go do KBW." No, it doesn't work like that. Now, if it was in my hands, I'd have been had it up, you know, but it's not in my hands, and I understand, you know. People have things to do. We got things to do, people to see. You know what I'm saying? So, when KBW is starting, I don't know. I will tell you that it's soon, and soon to me is a little different than soon to y'all. Soon to y'all is tomorrow, and maybe tomorrow, I don't know. If you got a question about it, and if you want a good, straightforward answer, why don't you just contact the man in charge? Contact Mr. O. You know what I'm saying? Mr. O and Cage. Contact those two. Be respectful. Be friendly, because it's all in the name of hashtag support BYW. And taking consideration that these people have other things to do also. They don't just do KBW. As much as I dislike Mr. O, the man's got a family to run. He's got other things to do. So, you know, be respectful about it. Let's not be a bunch of heathens here and start, I want my KBW and I want it now. You know, this is, no. This is not J.G. Wentworth. Doesn't work like that. But be proper. Be nice. And if you want to know about KBW, you got to keep watching the Big Time Talk Show, because there's only one man that's going to promote KBW, one man that's going to endorse it, one man that's going to keep pushing it, and that is Big Time Mike, and you only see this on the Big Time Talk Show. Now, and Jesse says he's a part of Team Big Time. That's great, man. You know, being a part of Team Big Time, anybody can be a part of Team Big Time. There's no application you have to fill out. It's just, you want to be Big Time, you support Big Time Mike, you want to help me break angles and talk trash while I do it, you join Team Big Time. Yes, like I said, anybody can be a part of Team Big Time. It is what it is. You can call it bandwagon if you want to, Jack Andrews, but it is what it is. So, moving on to the next question. Thank you, Jesse, for your great question. And you guys, make sure you follow him on Twitter. Follow all the BYW superstars and fans on Twitter. Regardless if you know who they are, follow them, man. Because it's all in the name of hashtag support BYW. And I will keep doing that until we've completely taken over this community as support BYW. And I'm going to address that later on about how it started and how we've kind of turned into something. What in God's name is that? You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Clippers. Sitting there rattling when I'm trying to end my talk show. You crazy, son? Let me tell you something. You come in here and you try and run up my talk show. You try and rattle while I'm doing my talk show, trying to give entertainment to the big timers and everybody else. Let me tell you something, son. You sit here and you're going to run your mouth. I'll tell you what. We meet up in that living room and I'll break your ankle and talk trash while I do it. Yeah, that's right. You ain't got nothing to say. That's what I thought. Piece of trash. Sorry for that, people. But anyway, next question. I'll address the whole Sport BYW thing at the end when we all come together for a great big time ending, for a great finish, so we can all walk up out of here being big time, baby! Man, I love when I do that. Alright, so. Alright, let me find it here. Alright. I got a question here from Kyle. Doesn't say what his last name is. His name's Kyle. Kyle says, big time. Heard what you said on the big time address. Are you turning your back on the fans? If so, why? We've done nothing but support you, and one bad thing in your life cannot make you change how you think about us. Okay, let me address that. I am not turning my back on you guys, because I really appreciate all that you do for me, all the support you give me. You know, you have to understand something, people. I was poisoned by Jack Andrews. Jack Andrews took advantage of my, I guess, I don't really know what the good, I just got I had a lot of trust in people before. Now I don't have so much. You know, it changed me. That experience changed me. Yeah, some of you people may say, you ate donuts and you got poisoned, but it's not that. It's not that changed me. What changed me was seeing my fiance, and I'm not making this up. This is real. You know, seeing my fiance, you know, I was awake, but I just couldn't move. I was paralyzed at first. Whatever he put in those, it paralyzed me from the neck down for the first day. The second day, it went from my waist down, and after that, it all went away. It was temporary paralysis. I don't know which day I got all the stuff back from the tox report. But I sat there, and then I was lying there in that hospital bed, and my fiance was sitting there, and she was crying. nonstop. You know, I didn't think someone could cry that much. She cried 2 or 3 of these, which is this chocolate milk. But if it was water, it would be 2 or 3 of these. And I sat there and I saw her. I could see her heart was already broken. Because while she does support me in this, she knows that there are some people out there who would like nothing more than to end Big Time Mike than to end me and to hurt me. And, you know, and it doesn't matter that he hurt me. You know, it was, if I was in his situation, I wouldn't have done that. I'd just come down and broke his ankle and talk trash while I did it. But, you know, I sat there and I watched her heartbreaking, and it changed her too, because she's still trying to get over from it. You know, she was attached before, but now she's more attached than ever. I watched the Dream Dominic Robinson. He works 3 jobs just to support his family. That's why he's not in the he wrestles and he helps. He's a part of the team big time. He helps them behind the scenes stuff. And when we get our little surprise I was going to give you people before I got poisoned, which I will reveal to you on this show. You know, before he could get, you know, he has 3 jobs, and before he could get to his other job, he got a call from Gene. And Gene told him what happened, and so he had to leave his family and his 3 jobs that help support. You know, every day counts for him, because he has to pay the bills. He got to pay for groceries, and when you're buying for you, your mother, your father, your 7-year-old sister, and your dad, and you, that's 5 people. And I mean, utilities aren't cheap. Nothing's cheap. Nothing in this world's free. The Jaybirds ain't gonna feed you, as Daddy Big Time would say, but. You know, I watched him sit there and leave his family behind to watch me, you know, watch over me, because he's one of my best friends. I watched Gene had to leave his family. His daughter is 13 years old. Had to leave her and his wife. You know, Gene drives an hour every day to come over and do production and whatnot. He does this. A good friend of mine, Gene. Love him. He's a family friend. He's been for a long time. You know, Gene, he helped Daddy with whatever he had to do on his, whenever he, you know, around the house and whatever, helped build his house and everything. So he came over and helped, you know, Big Time Mike do his thing. So I watched Gene, you know, worry about his family. He had to leave his family behind, and so I watched all these people, and including my mother and father. Everybody was changed. Everybody was heartbroken, and they said, Mike, you know, this is it. Just don't do it anymore. They said, Mike, you know, you've done your deal. You know, if the people in the BYW and the wrestling community don't accept you, it's their problem. And I said, no, it's not their problem, because I can't just leave. I don't want to leave on someone else's terms. If Big Time Mike's going to leave, Big Time Mike is going to leave in a blaze of glory, and that's not how I wanted to go out. I did not want to go out with the last image you see of Big Time Mike choking on a donut. You know, that's kind of crappy. But I apologize, you know, for all those. And I got a bunch of those about turning my back on the fans, and I did not. And if it came across that way, I apologize, because it didn't. It wasn't meant to be that way, people. It really wasn't. It wasn't meant to be that way. So, Kyle, I did not turn my back on the fans. I still love each and every one of you, because I bring entertainment to you unlike any other source around. It's the fountain of youth, the fountain of entertainment you can drink from, that's always there, no matter what day it is, what time, or what's on the line. It's always there, you know. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to go. I was going to read them all, but I just got a lot. We got a lot to talk about today. So I want to go in regarding Jack Andrews tonight. I'm going to touch on this a little bit. You know, Jack Andrews, he was, and I didn't really think about it this way until I was lying in bed the other night. I just got off the phone with my fiance. I was lying in bed, and I got to thinking about it. Jack Andrews came on the Big Time Talk Show, and I ended him. I made him leave. I embarrassed him. He had nothing to say, so he had to go with his tail tucked between his legs and leave that hangout because he couldn't handle it. He left. I chewed him up, spit him out, broke his ankle, and talked trash while I did it. Dropped an elbow, threw a suplex, locked in the BTA. He tapped. You know what I'm saying? We got Team Big Time got that win. I thought it was over with, so I had the celebration. Lo and behold, Jack Andrews had to stoop so low that he poisoned me, almost killing me. You know, my whole deal was not to kill him. My whole deal was to wake him up and let him know that what he's doing isn't right. You know, the way he sees things isn't right. No matter if it's his opinion or not, his opinion is wrong. It's not how you do. That's not how you do things. If you got a problem with somebody, you don't poison them. You let them know. You don't talk trash about someone. If you got a problem with them, you let them know. Well, he poisoned me. So that was a win for Jack Andrews, which he thought was a permanent win, which I thought was a permanent win too, because I didn't think I was going to be able to come back. I thought I was going to. I still should be in that. I still should be in that hospital bed, recuperating. I don't know what it is. When I find out what it is, I'm going to let you guys know what was in those donuts, because it's just amazing me how it could be temporary paralysis from the neck down and the waist down. So, I guess I looked at it as Jack Andrews changed Big Time Mike. Or, in other words, Jack Andrews made Big Time Mike and I made Jack Andrews. Not make as in make him relevant, but I made Jack Andrews into the crazy lunatic he is today because he poisoned me. I ended Jack Andrews. I embarrassed him nationally, live, in front of everybody. Embarrassed him in front of his friends and family and everybody. All the BYW superstars. Everybody was watching that show. I embarrassed him. He walked into my home field, and I sent him packing. You know what I'm saying? We got that W. It was a blowout. It was just a walk-off home run. We hit the walk-off home run, and we took it home. But then Jack Andrews, I made Jack Andrews crazy enough to where he'd want to send a package to my house. And being stupid like I can be sometimes, I ate it. He poisoned me. Thus, he made me dig down somewhere, which I will be digging out June 16, 2015. He made me dig down deep to find that crazy part of Big Time Mike. So, in essence, what we have here is two men that were once sane, now are not completely sane, because one struck first, the other one struck back, and now they're even. So now what we're looking for is the rubber match here, people. The rubber match, June 16, 2015. Like I said on the State of Big Time Address, it's not going to be a wrestling match. I don't plan on using a single hold. If I use hold, it'll be the BTA, and that's to break his ankle. No, I plan on hurting him. It's going to be a fight. Anything goes. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know it's going to be rough. It's going to be bloody. It's going to be bad, extreme, hardcore, whatever you want to say it. It's a fight. I'm going to hit him, and if he hits me back, I'm going to just hit him back harder. I'm going to punch Jack Andrews in the mouth, and we're going to see how he responds. Because he punched me in the mouth. He punched my whole family in the mouth. When you mess with one, you mess with all. He punched me in the mouth, I'm going to respond. And quite honestly, June 16th, he may end Big Time Mike. I may walk into a complete ambush 3 or 4 on 1, but I promise you, I'm taking one of them down with me. Which is the reason why I have a guy or gal, I don't know, I can't really tell you guys, gonna be traveling with me, a friend I'm gonna bring up there to make sure that this goes as planned. It's gonna be revealed to you later on as time goes closer, which is it's February 18th, 2015. June is a long way away, ladies and gentlemen. Say we got March, April, May, June. We got pretty much 3-4 months. Get ready. We're gonna really start getting it hard on the training and whatnot. Trying to condition my body to take a lot of punishment since I haven't wrestled since March, so I got a lot to do, short amount of time. But I can assure you this, ladies and gentlemen, Jack Andrews will not be walking into a BYW arena. He won't be on a trampoline. He won't be on Twitter after I get done with him. I told him I was going to break his ankle, his spirit, and everything he ever stood for or wanted, and talk trash while I do it, because that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, Ohio's a long way from Alabama, but that one split second of seeing Jack Andrews in fear, not knowing what to do, not knowing what just hit him, was priceless on the Big Time Talk Show. But seeing Jack Andrews lying there in a pool of his own blood, broken ankle and all, blacked out, never to be seen in BYW again, that, my friends, is a picture worth 1,000 words. So moving on from that, I know that was a little deviation from what I wanted to do, but now we're going to go into this. I want to talk about BYW. What's going on in BYW. We had he had Broken Glory, which was a good pay-per-view, is what it is. We had the revelation of Anonymous on there, not revelation, but Anonymous was revealed at the end of the video, which was pretty awesome. You know, I don't like Anonymous. I ended him on, you know, the Backyard Wrestling Fix. But if he's going to come back in UWE, I guess that's the way it is. UWE, APW, whatever. You know, wherever he's on, he's going to be good because his, you know, his theatrics are what make him. Never seen him wrestle. He puts the mask on, has his little video effects. That works for him. Big Time Mike, he breaks ankles and talks trash while he does it. I'm sorry, he didn't do it right. I break ankles and talk trash while I do it. Yeah, that's how you got to do that one. You can't do it like a little girl. But, so, UW had Broken Glory. It was a great show, you know. But, one thing I got to say is, where is Cameron Jackson? Where is Cameron Jackson? I don't know if, you know, he probably has some nagging injuries, you know, because he trains just like I do and everybody else does. I'm sure he works too, so he might have an injury. He might have family issues, but where is Cameron Jackson? IDK. But you're not going to be able to find out if you don't watch UWEHD, and I will be watching UWEHD the next time it comes up because I'm a big fan of Support BYW and BYW in general. See, we had APW. We hadn't had any action from them yet, but Jason Walker claims that when APW gets started, it's not going to be with the community. Not a knock on Jason Walker, but it seems this whole Support BYW thing is kind of backfired. I don't know if it's backfired, but it just seems like the beginning we were like, oh, you know, and Drew Hood said it best. He had a little tweet, you know, first month, yay, community. Now everybody's quitting. Everybody hates BYW. Where's it at? What's going on? You know, I'm not saying I'm held it together because I haven't. I've helped and tried to hold it together. You know, I've gone on record in just about every video to say hashtag support BYW. Now, yeah, I hadn't made people theme songs or anything because I'm not that good at that. I'm not good at stuff like that, and no one's asked me to. But if someone asked me to be on a talk show, yeah, jump on there and be on a talk show because I love this. You know, I love to talk trash. I love to talk. I love to entertain you people any way I can. But it seems we have a little dissension. God, I can't even articulate my words today. Still trying to wear these effects of this stuff. Is still trying to wear off people. So it may be a couple videos before I get my swagger or whatever you want to call it, my umph back on there. But anyway, I'm sorry. There was someone outside my door. Excuse me on that. We're going to cut that out. But anyway, it seems there's some dissension in the ranks of BYW. That seems that there's a little conflict in what's going on in BYW. And now I'm not a rocket scientist, but I believe Dr. Big Time has found what is wrong with BYW. I think I found why there's so much dissension. You see, I'm an entertainment guy. What I do, I stand in front of the camera, I break ankles and talk trash while I do it. You know, I'm the original trash talker like a colonial cash crop. I'm the man with the beard that brings the big time fear. The man with the stash that talks that big time trash. Holding it down for the BIGTIME, all in the name of hashtag support BYW. That's what I do, but I do very so much believe from the bottom of my big time heart that the lack of wrestling in BYW, you know, we've had these talk shows. I think the lack of wrestling that we've had, you know, considering that, you know, everybody's wrestled except for a select few. I haven't wrestled yet. Cam hasn't wrestled yet, and I think there's a few others that hadn't wrestled yet. But I think the fact that everybody had such high hopes for this, and it hasn't really panned out yet, people are starting to jump off the bandwagon here, left and right. And it's the adrenaline. I think he made something this morning about, or last night or something, complaining about someone making fun of his voice. You know, Cameron said, you know, at least be thankful that you're being talked about. A lot of kids aren't getting talked about. He talked about the blackout and some other guys that aren't getting talked about. They don't get talked about at all. And I can understand what they're saying because you give so much, but you don't get talked about at all. You know, and I said in the last video, you talk about KBW. Who do you talk about? Cage and AK-47. Now, until I started doing all this, nobody talked about me. Until I started making an extra effort, going above and beyond to get myself noticed, you know, to talk, to ask questions, to just get my name out there. Nobody gave a crap about Big Time Mike. They just wanted to watch his talk shows because Big Time Mike wasn't wrestling. But I think a lot of guys just need to be patient because patience is a virtue, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know what Corey not Corey, I don't know what Jason Walker wanted this whole support BYW thing to do. I cut a video, a promo, on certain guys I thought should step it up, and those guys have stepped it up because of the video. Now, I don't know if I've done anything wrong, but if I haven't heard anything about it. And obviously if I've done something wrong, then someone's going to let me know, right? That's usually what you do when you're friends or comrades or men or whatever. I don't know. Fellow backyard wrestlers, you let someone know. So I can't say I'm the cause of this whole stuff not working out. I don't know if it's this whole thing is a team deal. It's like a football team. Played football in high school, you got to have all 11 guys on the field. All 11, they have to work together. If you don't work together, one guy misses his block, it's over with. Doesn't matter if all you guys ran everybody over and everybody did their blocks, ran the routes correctly. Quarterback doesn't do his job. Running back doesn't do his job. One person screws up. It's going to screw up for all. So, I think that we just need to be a little bit more patient on this support BYW thing because you support someone through the good times and the bad. Yeah, it was good back when we were like 2015. 2015, going to be great, great, great. It's kind of like New Year's resolutions. We make them, we do them for a few weeks, and then you don't get immediate results. Whatever, we're just going to go back to old things. But, BYW, I'm telling you guys, we got to be more patient. If we're patient and we just let it all pan out, and we can all do our part. Step our game up, do this, do that. And when I say step your game up, I've had a lot of people tell me, Mike, and I've heard a lot of people say, how is Big Time Mike, how can he give us advice if he hasn't wrestled since March? I know someone said that. I'm not stupid. I know it gets said all the time. But you have to understand something, people. And I'm not making any excuses. It's just the truth. I can't walk outside to my backyard because there's nothing there but some leaves. I can't walk outside to my backyard to go to my friend's house and do KBW. I can't buy a trampoline and just put it in my backyard and start wrestling myself for the Invisible Man. It's very, it doesn't take a genius to figure this out. This is what I do best. If you've watched any of my matches, I don't have a very unique arsenal. What I do well, I do. What I don't do well, I don't do. If you ever see Big Time Mike doing a Hurricane Rana, you've probably been smoking meth because it doesn't happen. If you see Big Time Mike do a backflip, you're probably smoking meth because it doesn't happen. If you see Big Time Mike do a moonsault, no. What do you see Big Time Mike doing? Dropping elbows, throwing suplexes, locking in the BTA, doing the single leg Boston Crab, working a body part. That's it. Talking trash, telling a story with my words and being a little bitch in the ring. Excuse my language, but that's what I am. That's my character. And I don't want to turn this into a whole in and out, breaking in and out of whatever of the door, but it aggravates me that I do all this stuff for everybody, for people, and when I get in like a podcast or something with somebody, we got Joe Blow down here, and I'm not going to say any names because they deserve to have their stuff private, and it is what it is. And this guy's apologized to me, but it still needs to be said. Get in there with someone. Oh yeah, Big Time Mike, he's awesome, man. He's a great on the mic. He's great at this, great at that. We could work magic together. As soon as Big Time Mike leaves, man, Big Time Mike, I don't know why he's a legend in BYW. He hadn't been here but a year. Oh, he sucks. The only thing he can do is talk on the microphone. He can't do this. He doesn't know how to do that. He can't do a double underhook suplex. He can't lock in this hold. He can't do this. Okay, first off, who are you to say I can't do something if you've never seen me do it? Just because I've never done it in a match doesn't mean I have, you know what I'm saying? Just because I haven't done it in a match doesn't mean I can't do it. Just because I'm not a chain wrestler does not mean I can't do it. Just because I don't lock in 85 different holds and try and do 65 high spots in a match doesn't mean I suck. But it is what it is. People can say what they want to say about me. I don't care. I'm here to entertain you people, and I'm going to jump off this subject because I'm veering off the path, what I want to say about BYW. I think BYW, we all need, and this is to Jason Walker and anybody, I think we all need to just calm down, take a deep breath, just breathe, people. When you make irrational decisions, you get bad results, because we don't want to make stupid decisions. Just leaving BYW is not going to help the whole deal in general, because it's going to die out. If you want to hashtag support BYW, then let's do it. Do it 110%. And yeah, making theme songs is great, but not everybody can make people 20 theme songs or entrance videos. Sometimes supporting BYW is just getting in front of a camera while you're doing your thing and complimenting people, critiquing people, because the only way you get better is to let someone know. If you got a problem with somebody, let someone know. Got a problem with Big Time Mike? Let me know. Y'all got my Twitter. You can find my email address. I posted on at the bottom of every page. If you got a problem with Big Time Mike, let me know so we can figure it out. I know this is we want to be pro wrestlers, and there's politics in professional wrestling, but this is backyard wrestling, people. We want to be a friendly, great community. Yeah, there's some people that are ostracized and some people that are outcasted, yeah. But let's try and make this a friendly community for the next generation that's going to make their way on in. But enough of that. I'm going to go... Enough of that. We're going to go back on to what we wanted to talk about. And that was, we're going to bring it all in together for the final topic in today's Big Time Talk Show. And yes, there will be a Big Time Loser of the Day award, people. Don't you think even twice or even 4 times about it is going to be the Big Time Loser of the Day award. If you don't think so, then you're crazy. But I want to talk about, what's a good way to put this? I want to talk about a few matches in BYW, and I'm not going to mention them. I want to talk about some key points that we can all remember or keep in mind while we're wrestling or cutting a promo or whatever in between. Now, everybody's going to say something different. Everybody's going to have their own opinion on what makes a good match. I have my opinion. Cameron Jackson has his opinion. Jason Walker. All of them have their opinions. Everybody here thinks they're an expert. Okay? I'm just going to go ahead and say that. Everybody here thinks they're an expert. And, we're going to kind of format these Big Time Talk shows differently, but we have some announcements at the end of the show. Hang on tight. Do not exit this talk show. We got a lot more planned for you in a few more minutes. Some key points to keep in mind. Make sure what you're doing makes sense. Like I said before. A bunch of high spots and false finishes, they're not needed. Don't do them. Weapons. We don't need weapons in every show. It's been touched on a million times before. We don't need weapons in every show because weapons are supposed to show we're going to go to any extent to hurt your opponent, or we're going to go to any extent to hurt you. You don't need weapons. The only time weapons should be plausible is if we got a big rivalry or a hardcore match or something, but usually weapons mean somebody's going to whatever extent they can to hurt you. So, that. Also, everybody thinks, or this is the opinion, this is what I'm getting from it. From watching different talk shows and watching different matches, everybody seems to think that we have to have... And, I don't know if this is because of the, I don't know. I'm not going to even speculate. I thought, after the CM Punk documentary went out, after everybody heard his story about how he was he loved technical wrestling, he wanted to be the independent pro wrestling Iron Man, whatever. I think that people thought, well, hey, he did this, so why don't we do it and try and bring it back? But if it's not you, don't do it. If you think you're good at it, most likely, you're not good at it. Every match does not have to have 12 different holds in it. We don't have to lock in a headlock for 20 minutes. We don't have to do 8 arm drags. We don't have to do all these different these different variations of suplexes or leg drops or everything else in between. Sometimes just watching a match where people lock up, we fight, do a few spots, heel goes, the bad guys on top, face makes his comeback, definitive finish, 1, 2, 3, or tap out or whatever. I'm asking this: why can't we see a good, disqualifications and countouts can work well? I think they can. Everybody wants to try and emulate so and so and do this and this. Why don't we all come up with our own thing? Have your own comeback, have your own finish, and let's all make good matches. Let's not try and emulate so and so, or try to look like so and so that we saw on TV or so and so we saw at an independent show. Let's just be us. Do you? I'm gonna do big time. Jack Andrews is gonna do he. Cameron Jackson's gonna do what he does. Everett Creed's gonna do what he does. Jason Walker's gonna do what he does. Corey Graves, Adrenaline, Seth Maverick, Blade, what's the other kid? Nerd Boy. I don't know. All these different guys, and Tyler Drake, the Russian. All those guys from VTW. They're gonna do what they do. But Drew Hill when he wrestles is gonna do what he does. Joe Cool's gonna do what he does. But let's all keep in mind that we're backyard wrestlers, and everybody wants to be in the pros. Everybody wants to be an independent wrestler. Look at Cage; he's an independent wrestler. He does his thing. That's one thing I can give him. Cage does not sit there and copy someone and try or emulate somebody. Let's do our thing. Do your thing. Do you, boo, and go home. That's all you got to do. Do you, boo, and go home. Remember that. Remember that line. Hashtag do you, boo. So, I know we've kind of been all around the world today because I wanted to get it back on this talk show. It might take me a little bit to get my groove back on. Don't forget, man. Keep watching BYW. Keep supporting BYW, and don't forget, I'm going to come to you every Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. Maybe 2 out of 3, maybe 3 out of 3. But I'm going to come to you 3 times a week at least. We're going to cut it down to 2, trying to. But 3 times a week, maybe. So, announcements. Before I got friggin' poisoned, we had an announcement going. As you people know, you can go check out on the Big Time Mike YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to me on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter. Gonna have a Big Time Dreams website set up so you guys can buy merchandise, whatever, if you want it. If you don't want it, I don't care. But I know there's somebody out there that wants a Big Time Mike t-shirt. Everybody wants to say, I break ankles, I talk trash, wanna do it. Yes, people, everybody wants to do that. Everybody wants to say, it's Big Time, baby. Everybody wants to do that. So there's only one way you can do it, and that's by getting the official Big Time Mike t-shirt, which will be revealed to you on the next episode of the Big Time Talk Show. I will reveal the template and everything else. I'll tell you when the Big Time Dreams website will be up. We'll have Big Time Mike merchandise. We'll have Dominic the Dream Robertson merchandise. And I don't care. Some people may think it's stupid, but there's always 1 or 2 big timers out there that want a shirt. I'll package it. I'll seal it. I'll put the postage on it. I'll lick it. I'll seal it. I'll send it to you in the mail right here from Mobile, Alabama. So don't forget it. Keep a lookout for that. And also, like I said before, you can go on the Big Time Mike YouTube channel. You can look past all the Big Time Talk shows, and you'll see this little column called the SWC. Now, or it might say SCW. I might have misspelled it, but it's the Southern Wrestling Corporation. That was something that I had, years before KBW. And it was something that I had, that I did, and it happened to be me, the Dream Dominic Robinson, a friend of mine, Big Sexy Garrett Enfinger, and we had Caleb Glass, which was our SWC World Champion, our last SWC World Champion, which it didn't pan out because a lot of the stuff didn't get recorded, or we got recorded, but it got taken off, or got deleted. So what little we have left you can watch. It's not the best stuff, it is what it is. It's just stuff that we did. But there will be a reboot of the SWC, the Southern Wrestling Corporation. Yes, right now we have a few roster members. This will be coming not in the immediate future, but later on down the road. It will be coming to you right here from Mobile, Alabama. The SWC, the Southern Wrestling Corporation, hashtag Don't forget about it. Make sure you bookmark it. Write this down. Take a little note to remind you in case you didn't know the SWC will be returning. So make sure you watch those episodes. You can say they suck. I don't care because that was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. You say what you want to, but it's just going to give you some faces to be familiar with, and we'll have some videos put up promoting them. We'll have a little, teasers here and there, but also, don't forget, Backyard Politics will be coming back to you soon. We got a whole heck of a lot of stuff planned, but right now, we have the greatest award in the world today. It's the Big Time Loser of the Day Award. Yes, 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 Big Time Loser. Big Time Loser. Big Time Loser. It's the Big Time Loser of the Day Award. Yes, people, and the only way you can win this award is if there's anybody out there I deem necessary who meets the qualifications to win this award. This award can go to anybody in BYW, WWE, anywhere in between. But some past winners are Jack Andrews, Anonymous, Matthew Radcliffe, Seth Maverick. We got Cage, which is he's a 4-time winner. We got AK-47. We got Mr. O, Paul Wall, Pitbull. All of these guys have won the, Self-Supremacy Everett Creed has won the Big Time Loser of the Day Award. He won it. But today's Big Time Loser of the Day Award is between 3 people. 3 people. You can already guess who one of them is. One of them is the classic jackass, the classic piece of trash, Jack Andrews. I don't even have to go there what he did, but you know it. Our second one, the second nominee for the Big Time Loser of the Day Award is, wait for it, drum roll please, ding, none other than Mr. KBW Cage. Cage once again is a nominee for the Big Time Loser of the Day Award. It is what it is, Cage is on my crap list. He's always has been, always will be. And the final nominee for the Big Time Loser of the Day Award is none other than ding, Adrenaline. Adrenaline is a nominee for the Big Time Loser of the Day Award, not just because he can say some stupid things, but because, for some reason, Adrenaline seems to want to complain that people are making fun of his voice. Adrenaline, son, are you stupid? Are you stuck? Is something wrong with you? Are you in the 5th grade again, son? Do you realize that just because someone makes fun of your voice, that doesn't mean they're trying to be mean. They're trying to laugh, have a joke, have some fun. Why don't you take it as a compliment and just learn to embrace it? You can say that your camera messes it up. I don't care. Don't be a child about it. Let's be adults about it. Embrace it, man. Good God almighty. And Cage, I talk trash about Cage all the time, but Cage, he's got a lot on his plate, but, just because, for old time's sake, we're going to put him on the Big Time Loser of the Day Award ballot, just because all the crap he's putting me through, and my career in KBW, but that's not the point. I should have put Mr. O in there, but that's not the point. So, this is what I'm going to do. I want a drum roll, and I know you guys probably know who's going to win this award, but you could be wrong. So, the winner of the Big Time Loser of the Day Award is, let me get a drum roll, please. And your winner of the Big Time Loser of the Day Award is Adrenaline! Yay! Let's go, Adrenaline! Let's go, Adrenaline! Let's go, Adrenaline! Turn that music up, Mean Gene! Hey, that's what I'm talking about, Adrenaline! Woo! Woo! Got the music, Gene. Adrenaline. Son, when are you ever going to grow up? When are you going to grow up and realize that one day people aren't just going to make fun of you because of your voice? People are making fun of you because you let them do it, Adrenaline. People are making fun of you because you, son, are a sorry piece of trash. Adrenaline, you can talk trash about me on Seth Maverick's podcast all you want. You can sit there and you can complain and whine on Twitter. You can even write in all caps if all you want to. But the fact of the matter is, Adrenaline, you will never be as big as Big Time Mike. You will never be as big physically, mentally, or in backyard wrestling and professional wrestling, period. You can sit there, you can run your mouth, you can say 57,000 cuss words, you can F-bomb every other word. I don't care. You, my friend, have won the Big Time Loser of the Day award because that's exactly what you are. You are letting people take advantage of you. You are not sticking up for yourself, and you are being a Big Time Loser of the Day award. If I had my good mind, I would drive to North Carolina, I would kick down your door and say, "It's big time, baby!" I would knock into your room. I'd see you looking at stuff you shouldn't even be looking at. And you know what I'm saying. 2 girls and 1 horse, if you get what I'm saying. I would walk in your room. I would drop an elbow, throw a suplex, lock in the BTA, break your ankle, and talk trash while I do it. I would walk in there, drop another elbow, get on top of your bed with you on the floor and say, "It's big time, baby!" Drop another elbow, lock in the BTA, break your ankle, and talk trash while I do it. Get tap out. I'd say, "Gene, ring the bell and hit the music," and all you'd hear is, "Big time!" Yes, people. So, Adrenaline, you've won the Big Time Loser of the Day award, and for you, son, I gotta say, your present, Mr. Teddy himself. So, Teddy, why don't you go say hi to Adrenaline for me? Oh, I love Adrenaline. Adrenaline's my favorite. Shut up. So, ladies and gentlemen, Adrenaline, Seth Maverick, and all my fellow BYWers, it doesn't matter what day it is, what time or what's on the mother freaking god dang line. You need to always check your watch, mark your calendar, and just realize that now, forever, and always, it's big time, baby!